is something that he'll be looking to use to his advantage as well tonight.
Not quite been the same since he was stopped by Juan Francisco Estrada in March 2017, Salas, but of course Estrada has gone on to become WBC and WBA super flyweight champ, so that's the kind of jump up class that he was making, and it's really a time for Torres to test himself against another guy that is very capable, very experienced, and as Alex said, been around a little bit. But you know, you look at Salas and you look at a guy who hasn't won since December 2016. You just feel he's settled for that role of gatekeeper.
Yeah, you kind of do, and it's a bit of a shame really, because he's very, very capable, and again, you know, he's very experienced, and he's been in with some of the top campaigners at that weight class and below on many occasions. So, you know, maybe we'll see something different tonight, Nick.
Well, you know, you'd think he was going to be motivated on a show that is being beamed around the world. There's a guy who won his first 7 by stoppage, but as I say, he's just settled down a little bit. His last 3 losses have all come against prospects, guys with unbeaten records, and here he is going up against another unbeaten prospect. Can he spoil the script? Or will Anuar Torres move on to the next level? He's young, he's ambitious, and you look at him and you think, yeah, there's something there, but he's going to have to do a little bit better than when we last saw him in December. That's where he just squeezed the razor-tight decision over 8 against the Romanian Costin Ion, and was not at his best that night.
No, it certainly wasn't, but we know that he's capable of far more than that.
Barcelona. Damas y caballeros, buenas noches y bienvenidos a Barcelona, Cataluña, España. En vivo, a the zone para una gran noche de boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Barcelona, Spain. We are live on the zone for a fabulous evening of boxing action. We begin tonight with an 8-round featherweight affair. 8 asaltos, peso pluma. And now, entering the arena, fighting out of Puerto Escondido, Monteria, Colombia. Please welcome Anuar, El Travieso Salas. And now, set to make his ring walk, here is the undefeated Filipino-Norwegian La Máquina, Bernard Angelo Torres. Bonanit, Barcelona. Damas y caballeros, buenas noches y bienvenidos a Barcelona, Cataluña, España, por una noche de boxeo espectacular. Spectacular. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Barcelona, Spain for a spectacular evening live on the zone of World Championship Professional Boxing. It's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. We are sponsored by Leone, Wow Hydrate, and JD Sports. Introducing your three judges scoring this first contest from ringside, all from Spain. Francisco Gallego, Raul Gonzalez, and Alfonso Monroy. And at the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring, also from Spain, referee Salvador Salva. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 8 rounds of boxing scheduled in the featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, standing with his head trainer, Vairo Espinosa. He wears the blue trunks with the gray trim. He scaled 57.3 kilos. His professional record, 20 victories, 8 defeats, 1 draw. He has 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Presentando de Puerto Escondido, Monterrey, Colombia, Anuar, el travieso Salas. Salas. And his opponent across the ring fighting out of the red corner. He stands with his head trainer, Kale Sorum. He wears the white with black and gold trim. This southpaw scaled at already 57.8 kilos. His professional record, a perfect one. 13 fights, 13 victories, 5 of them coming by way of knockout. Originally from Bohol in the Philippines, and now living and fighting out of Grand Norway, La Máquina, Bernard Angelo Torres. Torres.
Vale, Anuar, recordad lo que os he dicho en el vestuario. Remember what I said you in the dressing room, okay? Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands. Good luck, guys.
Salvador Salva with the final instructions then, and we are ready for our show in Barcelona to get on the road. It's featherweights, it's 8 rounds, it's Bernard Torres putting his unbeaten record on the line, taking the next step on his journey against the very seasoned Anuar Salas of Colombia. Underway then with Torres in the white, Salas in the blue. Torres boxing out of that southpaw stance. Yeah, you heard the ring introduction there, originally out of Colombia, but based in Norway. But having most of his fights out of Spain. His 14th fight, and 10 of them have come in this part of the world. Must be something about the weather. Well, there's worse places to be, let's be honest.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, we'll see the feet coming together, as always. Whenever Southpaw and Orthodox come together, referee will have to have his eyes very closely on that, because you do see slips and stumbles because when the feet come together. Not sure if that was the feet coming together or not.
No, looked like a nice sharp, crisp shot there.
Yeah, as we were saying earlier, Alex, he's no mug, this Salas, but you know, you do feel he's settled into that gatekeeper role. He's not won in his last 6. All 6 of those opponents have been, you know, either very classy like Estrada or unbeaten prospects. But you know, it takes something a little bit special to actually stop this fella.
Oh, good shot.
Oh, that really was a beauty. Yeah. Well, hang on.
He'd made quite a positive start as well, Salas. He looked pretty sharp and he was getting his shots off.
Oh, he's in. Yeah, looks like he's got his legs under him, or has he? Yeah, it took a while to get up there, but that shows the experience of it. Didn't rush it, but yeah, it was a beauty there. And I was just saying, it takes something a bit special to stop this fella, and then boom, Torres came up with something very special.
Yeah, it was a lovely shot, really well picked as well. He caught him right on the end of that shot. Normally it takes you a little bit of time to land shots like that. You need to find your distance, especially against someone as experienced as Salas.
He's not liking this at all, Salas. It really isn't. These left hands have really buzzed him.
Yep, as Salas tried to open up there, he was caught again by an incoming shot. He wants to get himself off those ropes, Nick. Doesn't want to be hanging around there.
Well, he's felt the power of that Torres shot, no question about that. He was certainly stung by those left hands then. His legs don't look quite right. The balance is not there at the moment at all.
He walked in a little right hook there on the counter as well as he pushed forward. Still appears to be a little bit shaky.
Yeah, and when he does land that right, that left, Torres, he definitely feels it sinks the right hook into the body as well.
Yeah.
Salas is just starting to warm up now. I think he got caught cold, as does happen, and comes back with a little right hand of his own.
10 seconds.
Well, he's been really patient here, Torres. Thought he would have tried to jump on Salas a little bit more after that knockdown.
Well, at first I must admit, I thought Salas, hang on, he's really struggling here. Then I realised, oh no, he's being smart. He's taking all the time he can and jumped up at 8.
Yeah.
And managed to ride it out. But I was just wondering if Bernard Torres was going to do something extraordinary here and get this fella out of there and around. Didn't quite work out that way, but nevertheless, a near perfect start.
Fint at du roer den her igjen. Ikke sant? Det har vi snakket om. Det går ikke for lenge.
Looked like he was settling in a little bit faster.
Masse mulighet. Fortsatt å blokke huken hans. Huken kommer, blokker. Sånn. Ligger fint der, veldig bra.
Okay. Matis. Okay. Keep your mess off, right? Box.
Segundo asalto.
Round 2 of this 8-rounder. The bright start for Bernard Torres. Putting Anuar Salas on the floor, but not keeping him there. The Colombian got up. But he was shaken after that as Torres launched another assault, and a couple of left hands definitely wobbled him. The legs were a little bit unsteady, but has he seen the worst of it out here? Left hook there, yeah, really picked a beauty there.
Well, he still seems to be getting them off okay. When he's punching for sort of middle distance, he seems to be quite effective. Lost his way a little bit there. Contemplated throwing a right hook and had to take a roll and reset himself, but he's maybe not quite recovered, Nick, you know, from that knockdown still.
Just using all his experience just to work his way into it, isn't he? It's just, I think he really was surprised as much as anything. He was caught with absolutely flush.
He done pretty well to get up from it as well.
Well, like I say, when I saw him there, I thought, hello, he's not even going to beat the count here.
Yeah.
But no, he did. He managed it very, very well. Yeah, this second round hasn't really caught fire at all, has it? Torres has just been coming forward without doing an awful lot of work, and
yeah, maybe a little bit too patient, you know. Clearly not being told by his corner to go out and let his hands go quite yet. Maybe they still think Salas has got a little bit left.
Well, he did manage to get that left. I tell you, when that left hand lands, he doesn't like it, the Colombian. He really doesn't. He feels it. Nice left hook there.
Solid as well.
Yeah. There's that jolting left hand again from Torres.
It's a good shot.
Yeah, and it gets that reaction. There he goes again. It's the left again.
Wow.
I mean, he really can't handle it.
Yeah.
He was softened up, then put over, and I wonder if he's going to get up from this.
7.
I mean, this is just about up at 8, but he looks ragged, and I don't like. Yeah, Salvador Salva, I think has done absolutely the right thing there. Softened him up. Well, you know something? Coming off that last win against Costin Eon back in December, he didn't look very impressive. He needed a good showing tonight, and boy, did he put one on.
Oh yeah, brilliant. He looked destructive there. Very powerful as well. You know, you don't see that often in the smaller men.
No.
You know, that kind of one-punch power. Like we said earlier, Salas is no pushover.
He's not a chump.
No,
he
he's
really
not.
isn't.
Definitely isn't. It's a good win for Torres there. It's a powerful left hand over the top.
You know, when you think, 4 years ago, Estrada took 5 rounds to get rid of him. You know, he had a loss to Luis Concepcion, the Panamanian, 8 years ago. He's the interim WBA flyweight champion now. It's good, world-class guys that stopped this fella. And now Torres has done him in 2. I mean, he'll look at that and say, well, that's my best career performance, no question. And I wonder if he, 7 defeats in a row, is starting to have a look and say, well, I wonder where I go from here.
Yeah,
because he's been losing to prospects, but he's not lost like that. Yeah, that's taken something out of him psychologically. You can just tell, as much as the physical side of things. I think this one has really, you know, I think he probably came in thinking, well, I'll give this guy a good working over 8 rounds. Maybe I don't get the decision, but he did not come in thinking I'm going to bang that in 2.
Referee Salvador Salva calls a halt to this contest. The official time of the stoppage, 1 minute and 33 seconds of round number 2. Your winner by knockout, the still undefeated La Máquina, Bernard Angelo Torres.
Well, that was quicker than expected. I'd set myself down there for an 8-round decision, and that one going to the cards, Alex. I don't know about you, but Bernard Torres had other ideas.
Well, yeah, it was a really, really impressive performance, to be really honest, Nick. There, he really did pick his punches very, very well there, and that final blow was very powerful looking.
Well, I was watching him after that first knockdown. Every time he landed clean with the left, you could see the reaction from Salas, and you just thought he's feeling it every time. And he'd taken a couple. There was a straight left just before the one that put him down. Obviously couldn't handle it at all. And Salas would be bitterly disappointed. I mean, that was one of those fights where you looked at the guy and you thought he's just got old overnight.
Yeah, well, you know, there was even a couple of choppy little right hooks that went there when Salas did press forward, and he still looked a little bit shaky as well. So, but this fellow certainly can punch, can't he?
He certainly can.
For that weight class, and he's going to give people some trouble.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, there you go.
Beautiful punch picking as well.
Yeah.
A pawn left jab, a pawn right jab over the left hand of Salas, followed by a good stiff 1-2, lovely and flush. And he got his distance really early as well.
And he was so ragged. You know, I was looking at this and I thought, I wonder if the referee, I think it's the first knockdown again, but with that second one, I thought he was draped all over the rope, trying to claw his way back up. And I was thinking, I hope the referee actually might jump in and stop this one here. And did you see there were no complaints at all?
At all.
From the Colombian.
That was a heavy left hand as well.
Yeah.
The final shot is a heavy shot. And he went down, slumped down as well.
Yeah.
That's not a flash knockdown.
No. Not at all. Well,
solid little fellow as well.
Well, I got to be honest with you. When we saw him against Eon in December, I thought, yeah, this fella might have just reached pretty much the limit, and if he moves up, he's going to get in trouble. I'll take that all back on that performance. Well.